Wizards Nation, we lost to the Nets, 127 to 113. We lost. Y'all know what that wink is, man. You know what the deal is. We know what the deal is. It's a beautiful tank. It's a beautiful tank in the neighborhood. That's what it is. You know, a lot of fans right now are pissed off. Not Wizards fans. You know, I see Knicks fans right now calling us out on Twitter saying, what the hell are they doing over there? The commissioner should find them. I'm sorry. Everybody's doing this, not just us. Everybody is. Repeatedly. Didn't the Knicks tank so outright in order to try to land Zion Williamson? Miss me with that. Miss me with that. This is the name of the game. You got to stoop to the levels of the name of the game. Hey, yo. We lost to the Nets. We now share the same record, I believe. Hold on. Yeah. Let me pull it up real quick. Yep, 14 and 37. We both are now. Let's see what Chad's saying right now. Great tank performance, says Rich Reloaded. Tank season is here, says Mac. That was refreshing, says Alan. Tank Davis. Fuck the Knicks, says Alan. Yeah, fuck the Knicks, man, dude. I mean, like, I just don't like the hypocrisy there because I'm just like, dude, everybody does it. Now, when the policies or rules are changed, then yeah, you know. But like as of right now, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and watch the Jazz, the freaking Pacers, other teams tank outright on a nightly basis, and then we're just gonna stand there and try to win every game. Like, you know. Had to laugh seeing the starting five. Yeah, man. The starting five tonight, as we talked in the previous stream earlier today. Keyshawn George, Alex Sarr, and Bilal Coulibaly were out. Again, wink. They were out today. You know what I mean? It was Champagnie, Davuch, Jameer Watkins, Bub, and Bub, look, mind you, he only played 22 minutes. Bub only played 22 minutes. Just FYI. Bub was a +4 tonight. But the name of the game was Will Riley. Will Riley, career night, y'all. 27 points, 10 of 19 from the field, 4 of 6 from the three. Holy hell. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Minus 12. But where's that dude in the chat? Bobo. Will Riley. I was talking about in the stream earlier today. I was just like, hey, man. Seeing our starters get less minutes when they play, like Alex Sarr, Keyshawn George. When Trey Johnson, when he comes back, I guess maybe, I don't know. They might be low on minutes, but the guys who will be high on minutes going forward will be Jameer Watkins and Will Riley. Well, Jameer Watkins and Will Riley both played 49 minutes apiece tonight. It's 45 minutes apiece tonight. You know? So I think those two dudes might be the dudes who, when people talk about seeing the progress, I think it might be those two guys, because the other guys, they're going to be, playing on limited minutes. Watkins got to get 3 balls together. Yeah, no, I agree. 1 of 6 from the 3 tonight. But I did see him, especially in the first half, guarding Michael Porter Jr., MPJ. MPJ ended up with 3 of 10 from the 3, 23 points. But, shout out to the Nets. I want to give a shout out to the Nets. Right now, I'm talking. Am I talking ish? I'm not talking ish. I'm being a little sly devil, but we play the Heat tomorrow at 2 p.m., I believe. So we'll see what happens. But this is just one game. Enough with the buffoonery. I need to move on from that. One game, but it was an important game. We got the loss. It made up for the dub against the Pistons. My question to you guys is, would you have rather lost to the Pistons and beat the Nets, or what happened? I mean, obviously, it would have been this. They obviously lose to the Nets and beat the Pistons if you had to choose between one of them, I guess, So, shout out to the Nets. Shout out to the Nets. They actually played their starters today. I was a bit surprised by that. When I saw Keyshawn George, Alex Sarr go and Bilal Coulibaly go down, I thought to myself, fuck, the Nets might counter it with Michael Porter Jr. and Nick Claxton going down. But they didn't. So, I'm over here acting like a dumb dick, winking at the camera. No. Just one game, Let's continue this. Like what who said this? Like Matt McCoy is saying, continue to tank tomorrow. Continue to tank the rest of the season. This is just one game. Anyways, let me turn this thing on real quick. If you enjoyed the stream, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Let me turn this thing on real quick. Okay, we're good. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. Actually, do we? I don't even know. I'm going to go to the Tankathon page in a bit, but let's just talk about Will Riley. Because Will Riley and Champagnie was dominant. 21 points in 22 minutes. Champagnie, 5 of 8 from the field. They were saying that he bought, like, he's from Brooklyn, so he bought like 45 tickets for his fam to go join and watch him play today. They saw this man ball out. 10 free throws today for Champagnie. Crashing the boards as always. 9 boards, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 3 offensive boards, a +4. Champagnie is a freaking stud. And we know this. We know he's our Josh Hart moving forward. He's going to be a key integral player for us moving forward. But even this, look at this. Bub Carrington and Justin Champagnie played 22 minutes tonight. 22 minutes. They were starters. So this is what I'm taking away from this game. It's stuff like this that this will be a pattern moving forward. You know, again, I told you against the Pistons, you know, they're not a team who's in the tank, yet we still pretty much tanked against them. This is going to be a continuing pattern for the rest of the season on a nightly basis. On a nightly basis, y'all. Like, when Alex Sarr plays, Keyshawn George plays, they're not going to play heavy minutes, I think. I don't think they are. It was evident against the Pistons. I'm not mad at it, you know. I'm not mad at it, you know. I would like to see Trey Johnson come back, you know, considering he's a rookie, get him as much, you know, experience as much as you can. But, you know, shout out to Champagnie and Will Riley. 2 guys, you know. Will Riley's the guy where we keep on, how you say, not us, but I keep referring back to the Michael Winger press conference, and he named every single player that he believes is a key player moving forward for us. He named Will Riley, I believe, but Will Riley needs to be included as not just like, how can I say it? Like, not just a role player. I think Will Riley has potential to be a key player, if that makes sense. Like, Champagnie is entrenched as a role player, a very important role player for us. But Will Riley has potential, in my opinion, to be, you know, I mean, we'll see what position he wants to play. You know, tonight he pretty much played what? I guess the 3, if that, the 3. It was Bub at the 1. I guess to put Jameer at the 2, Will Riley at the 3, Champagnie at the 4, DeVooch at the 5. But, you know, I would love to see Will Riley get, you know, primary ball handler minutes. I would love to see Will Riley be the primary playmaker because he has that upside. You know, I am really bullish on Will Riley, man. He has it all, dude. He has it all. Except the wingspan. He doesn't have the wingspan. Nets couldn't give us their whole team for Alex Sarr, and they suck so bad, says Allen. Yeah, but let's cut down on this because I feel like I believe in karma. We're talking at ish right now, and then we could beat the Heat. We could beat the Heat tomorrow. You know, we don't want to do that. We took care of the task at hand today. Let's celebrate for 5 minutes, and let's move forward, and let's take care of the task at hand tomorrow. Yes, I haven't even gone to the bench yet. Tonight, it was an 8-man rotation. Sharif Cooper was a, you know, well, it was minus 20, but 14 points, 2 of 3 from the 3. Let me move this up for a bit. Let's see here. Anthony Gill, 9 points. Keyshawn Gilbert, we just signed him to a 10-day contract. A lot of dudes were saying, hey, man, Sharif Cooper is going to be the tank commander for us. If Keyshawn Gilbert, I don't know if Key is, my bad. If it's Keyshawn Gilbert, I know he's on a 10-day contract, but if they sign him for the rest of the season, he might be our tank commander. I mean, this might have just been a one-game one-off for him. He was actually wrecking in the go-go, but was it the go-go? I think it's the go-go. But he had 4 points, 4 turnovers, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Was not a good night for him, but hopefully he bounces back. But Sharif Cooper, 14 points. We know about his size, how he gives up that on a defensive end. This dude's a dog, man. Like, he is tough as nails. He is tough as nails. 2 of 3 from the 3. But, yeah, I don't even know. Watkins' efficiency is pretty bad, says Red Wings, but his shooting improved as the game went. Yeah, I know y'all saw that Jameer facial at the very end of the game, that poster he threw down. MDG says, bring back Kashan for those Pacers games. Yes. Yes. Hey, man, I don't know if Sharif Cooper is the tank commander for us, man. I don't know. I really don't know, because he is actually, I'm giving him his flowers right now, but like, he was minus 29, but this man, I see him picking up full court. I see him, providing that, the energy spurts. I see him today, 2 of 3 from the 3, finishing at the paint. This dude's tough. This dude's tough. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. I think, if anything, the tank commanders will be Anthony Gill. No offense, Unk. Gilbert. I mean, he could ball out, but. And the Vooch tonight, 14 points in 20 minutes, 2 boards, 2 assists, a -2. Let me get straight to my notes, but the Vooch pretty much gave you what he does. He'll score, but his defense will allow pretty much a net 0 for him. His defense, like in the first quarter, the Nets scored 46 points. Like, that was insane. Like, that was, I was just like, damn, I wanted to tank, but not this bad. Like, holy hell, 46 points to the Nets, who were spiraling coming into this game. They were getting blown out left and right. But we gave up 46 points against them. I'm not going to lie, the Vooch started off really hot offensively, but defensively, like, they were cooking him. The Vooch is not a rim protector like that. He has nice blocks here and there. He yells after he blocks. He's like, get that shit out of here. I know y'all hear that. But in general, like, his drop coverage, switching, like, he's just not it defensively. We know this about him. And, there's pretty much barbecue chicken for us in our interior defense. So this is a classic Vooch game. But, hey, man, we know this about the Vooch. He will go off. Like, he has this in his bag. 6 of 12 from the field tonight, 1 of 4 from the 3, but that's not that's kind of unlike Vooch. The Vooch will give you 34% from the 3 at times, 33. Tonight was 25, but and also the Vooch is not nowhere near like a plus rebounder. So, like, I get it, but there is a reason why he only played 20 minutes, in my opinion. There is a reason why Anthony Gill played more minutes as the backup 5 than the Vooch, because we know, Coach Keefe knows, the Vooch can get hot like that. But let me see here. see, like, going through the stats, I'm just like, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, I'm just like, are these numbers even valid? I guess, like, we allowed them to shoot 55% from the field, 34% from the 3. We shot 47 and 37% from the 3. Look at the free throws, though. I love that. 30 free throws tonight. They out-rebounded us, and, rightfully so. I mean, we're deploying out there Vooch and Anthony Gill. The assists, they doubled ours. We had 16 turnovers we did. Points in the paint, they predict. This is pretty much just not having Sarr there, but, like, this is what's going to happen. 66 points in the paint we gave up to the Nets. 2 hour 48. And their bench went off too, but we'll see. Going back here. Let me get to my notes, man. This time, really, I don't want to keep this stream long because I'm still sick. Let me see here. Tonight, like we talked about, Coulibaly, Sarr, Keyshawn, George were all out. Simho says, at least the second half actually looks quite good statistically. That's true. We went on a run in the beginning of the third quarter. In the third quarter, we outscored them 35-21. And in the fourth quarter as well, 31-26, primarily to Champagne and Will Riley. Let's see here. There were 10 Wizards today who were officially inactive against the Nets. I know y'all saw people on Twitter bitching about us, but hey, if you're going to bitch about us, then bitch about everybody else, not just us, because everybody's doing this. Let's see here. They said, yeah, today was the 30th different starting lineup that we deployed this year so far. 30th. 3-0. So I'm not mad at the Wizards because like we're actively tanking. You know, like a game against the Pistons, I wasn't mad at the Wizards. I was mad at the Pistons because the Pistons could have taken advantage. 30 different starting lineups is crazy. With 32 games, now 31 games left in the season. It's crazy. Like, you know, that's crazy. Was it 30 different lineup? No, 30 different lineup. My bad. Anyways, the Vooch came out. He came out hot. 3 or 3 from the field. He had a nice Euro step. He had a nice dunk. I'm going to get to the highlights in a bit. But after that, he shortly got dunked on by Claxton. That's peak Vooch. That's peak Vooch. Again, like I said, peak Vooch, offensive firepower, defensively, not it. Defensively being picked on. Rim protection, drop coverage, not rotating, just not it. Not getting anything on the boards, you know. But that's just him. We had 5 turnovers in the first 6 minutes. Nets kept capitalizing on that, as looking at the 46-20 freaking first quarter, which is insane. I believe the 46 is the most we've given up in the first quarter all season. I mean, that has to be it. Like, that's incredible. That's insane. Giving up 46 to the Nets in the first quarter is crazy. Did I delete my notes? Where the hell's my notes? Where's the rest of my notes? Wow, I deleted my notes, looks like. Oh, no, I didn't. I put them in the wrong page. Yeah, second quarter was pretty much the same thing. You know, at halftime, it was 80-47. 80-47. Champagne was leading the way with 17 points, 5 rebounds. You know, but I'm just like, at that point, I'm just like, I don't know. You know, hopefully it's not too obvious. Salhazari says, just tuned in, missed the game. Who is Kashawn Gilbert? Sorry, I should rewind. You don't want to rewind. They outscored us by 26 points in the first quarter. I mean, if you want, Marvin's World says, great victory, guys. Way to go. Hey, yeah, I appreciate it, man. Hey, man, a Pistons fan is rooting for us in the Tankathon. You got to love it. At the end of the first half, like I said, we were down 80-47. Giving up 80 points to the Nets is insane. In one half, are you kidding me? And then after that, I was just like, I don't. Should I even, like? Of course, I'm gonna continue watching, but I'm just like, should I even continue taking notes? What's the point? Says here, you know, I'm not gonna lie, my notes faded away. Jameer threw a poster down in the fourth quarter. I honestly kept watching or kept tuning in basically for. I knew Champagne was barely gonna play in the second half. I knew it. He only played 22 minutes. But I only tuned in for Jameer Watkins and Will Riley. And again, Will Riley, 27 points, new career high for Will Riley. He keeps on going up. Every single night, it seems like, you know, that Will Riley has a new career high. 27 points, 10 of 19 from the field, but most importantly, 4 of 6 from the 3. This man, I don't want to jinx him, but at the same time, it does seem like he's doing kind of like a second half turnaround. A la who? Keyshawn George did that last year with us. But, I mean, it's different because Keyshawn George was not playing 45 minutes a night. But, you know, I'm just saying, man, we could very well, at the end of this season, we could be looking at Will Riley being not just one of our key rotational players moving forward. Some of us, or a good chunk of us, could be like, hey, man, this guy could be it for us. He could be a key player on the same level as Keyshawn George. You know, this is just the beginning for Will Riley. He's going to get heavy minutes consistently throughout the end of the season. So I'm just tossing it out there. My prediction is, as of right now, he is averaging 6.5 points, 2.2 rebounds, 1.5. This could be, he could be averaging 10 points by the end of the year. Like he could race as a 10 or even 11, you know? And this right here, we see the shooting splits, 42, 32, 76. With the way he's playing efficiently, this could be possibly 44, 30, 35, maybe, hopefully 30, maybe 44, 34, 76. Like, you know, like that would be insane. Like we would have somebody to be like, holy hell, like we might have gotten a Keyshawn level type steal at the end of the first round. Food for thought, man. Just keep that in mind, man. Just keep that in mind. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing much to talk about. You know, just got to keep on. I might have to make a video about Will Riley tomorrow. Alan says, I'm mad at the Pistons still. Ken Lewis says, read my mind on Riley. Yeah, man. This is just the beginning. After today's game, 27 points. This is going to continue, like all this is continue rising up. He could actually surpass averaging 10 points this season with the way he's going to be playing this rest of the season, like the heavy minutes. He picked it up in the second half tonight. You know, he started off pretty slow. As the game progressed, like, you know, like I'm just saying, man. Oh, man. Shout out to Will Dawkins. We might have gotten another one. And another one. Lauren Cruz says, great tank game. If anyone of Sar, Key, or Bilal played, do you think we accidentally end up with a win? LOL. I don't know. The Nets came out pretty hot offensively. Like I said, 46 points in the first half. I believe, I put that on my notes. Hold on. In the first quarter, like our defense was atrocious. I'm not going to lie. In the first quarter, the Nets were shooting 63% from the field, and we shot just 30% from the field. So if, like, even Bilal, Bilal played, well, see, our defense would have been better, but, like, even if they played, like, I still believe they would have played only 18 minutes, like, limited minutes, like they did against the Pistons, you know? It's nice seeing that we made a comeback not a comeback, but, you know, we cut it down. We were down by 34 points at one time. We ended up losing by 14 points, you know? It was pretty much the Will Riley show in the fourth quarter. So, let's see here. Sim says, honestly, really good about the Wild Wings situation right now. Love that. Riley, Key, Bilal, Watkins, Trey just seems exciting as shit. Yeah, man, it's a great problem to have. Live Life Liz says, Will should make the rookie ladder soon. Hopefully. I think another month of this. It's a great draft class. Like, we see Trey Johnson struggling to make the freaking draft ladder, you know? But hopefully. Paul says, W, new addition, Young and Davis. If we get the number one pick, who do you think is the best? Peterson, DeBonta, or Boozer? I'm really liking Wilson, too. I'm with you, man. I'm really liking Caleb Wilson. Number one is Peterson, in my opinion. Peterson's number one. He's number one. Number two, I'm a DeBonta guy. I think he's going to be a Tracy McGrady in this league. But I think you got to give 2 to Boozer, though. You got to give 2 to Boozer. And DeBonta will go 3. Again, this is my opinion. I ain't shit. You know, I'm just telling you from what I'm just regurgitating from what I read online. And then Wilson's right now at 4. But like I said in my stream earlier today, I would not be surprised if Keen Wagler and Kingston Flemings make a push at 4. It's not a knock on Wilson. Not a knock on Wilson at all. I love Wilson. Oh my God. I am one of those guys on Wilson that I'm just like, no, this man's 19 years old. What he has screw the dunks. Never mind the dunks. Defensively, he's going to be a menace on day one in this league. A menace. And, you know, he reminds me of like Alex Sarr type prospect. Super raw offensively, but defensively, he already has all the tools and packages to be an impactful player on day one. He kind of reminds me of an Alex Sarr type prospect. He does. But we'll see. Will Marshall says, would a Riley George combo work? Can they play together? What would that look like? I think they can. Honestly, I think Keyshawn George can play with anybody. I think he's going to have to learn to play a bit more off ball next year with Trae Young in the fold. Hopefully, it doesn't do too much damage to his growth as a player, but we'll see. Do you believe Whitmore gets traded in the offseason? Says CWJ. I don't know. I wouldn't want to because we gave up 2 second-round picks to get him, but most importantly, I still want to see what he got. I don't think he got a full extensive look this year. And granted, he is very inconsistent as a player. And I never made fun of him. I actually was rooting for him. I want to see what we got in him. And if all else fails, he's just pretty much competition for everybody else. He's competition for dudes like Will Riley. Like Walt Dawkins said, minutes will not be handed out anymore. You got to earn them. So, I'd rather have Cam Whitmore there than us sign a aging veteran wing to, battle minutes with Will Riley and the rest of the crew on the bench. I want him to battle Bilal Coulibaly. I love Bilal. I think Bilal's entrenched as a player moving forward, but I want Bilal to know, man, hey, man, there's a guy right behind you who is, trying to steal your minutes. Simha says, I think Riley George would make sense in lineups with SAR 80 stagger minutes at the 5 at times. Yeah, I can see that. I agree with you. But they're kind of similar players, though, offensively. It's just more of I think Key really, really, and I think he is going to, this offseason, he's already, this year, how many, well, he didn't play this tonight, but let's pull this up real quick. 37% from the three. That's been going down. He was shooting 40% from the three for the most of the year. I want him to catch and shoot threes. And just make that your bread and butter because he's going to be getting a lot of that next year. Off ball. I don't know if I'm worried about Keyshawn George's development next year. I'm not worried. I still think when Key is selfish, he is a potential all-star player. But, yeah, man, let's go to the Tankathon. How about that? Actually, let me show you some highlights. If they have any highlights, they should have those dunk highlights at least. Yeah, here it is. Here's one. I'm over here preaching to the crowd.
In his third year. Jameer.
On his head. Who's that, Yegor?
He's 1 year out in his third year.
Nice dump off pass.
Jameer. And slamming on Dwightman.
I think his athleticism is underrated, man. People keep talking about Cam Whitmore being that, dunk freak. I think he's underrated. Let's see some more Riley highlights before we call it quits. He deserves it. Where's Bobo? Bobo was talking that ish about Will Riley. Not talking ish. He was praising Will Riley. And now Bobo's nowhere to be found when Will Riley goes on a career night. Bobo is the guy in the chat who always glazes Will Riley. Probably Will Riley's biggest fan. Man, 4 or 6 from the 3 tonight from Will Riley, man. We need to start talking about him, man. He has all the tools, the intangibles. Let's see. I think those are the only highlights they put. All right. Fuck it. One last one. This is Vukcevic, what they call him, the New Orleans Pelicans broadcasters. Antonio Daniels calls the Vukcevic. Here we go. How about this one? This dunk 1 of 1.
starting to find some type of chemistry amongst each other.
One thing I do love is that look at the bench. Trae Young is always animated. He is always, dapping up the Young Bucks. He says Cam Whitmore right here. You see Alex Sarr. I believe that's Keyshawn George right here. That's the fro. That's Key. But our bench, man, they're always hyped. They're always, giving these Young Bucks pointers, especially Trae Young. Cam Whitmore, love seeing that. Cam Whitmore, his body language has just been much, much better as of late. Off the bench. Like in the beginning of the season, his body language was really bad. I'm not going to lie. It was really bad. Just seemed just very frustrated at all times, But now, like, you see him now, he is, like, excited whenever there's a dunk. He's over there rooting his teammates. I love seeing that, man. Don't count out Cam Whitmore. Don't count out Cam Whitmore. Don't count him out, It might be a very uphill battle for him, but if all else, like, he has potential. Like, nobody questions that. What people do question, and rightfully so, is, him being mentally locked in. That's his biggest obstacle. But we'll see. We'll see what he does next year. I like Young, Riley, Coulibaly, Sarr, and Davis as starters next season. Damn, you putting Will Riley? You're putting Will Riley over Trey Johnson? I mean, hey, that's you. He says, I like Young, Riley, Coulibaly, Sarr, and Davis. You're putting Coulibaly over Keyshawn George? I would respectfully disagree. I would go Young, Trey Johnson, Keyshawn George, Davis, then Sarr. And then he says, Bub, Key, Trey, Champagny, and the draft pick as a second unit. We need a big here, though. We need a big. Champagny not going to play 5. Even though he does play 5 at times. Like, this man will play whatever. He'll play coach. The Drake lookalike got it for sure, says one of one, Lamau, and from Canada. Ken Lewis says, I'll say it again. It's nice to have so many real potentially good players on the squad. Yes. Yes. Those days of seeing freaking Isaac Bonga and, Admiral Schofield. Oh, to this. Like, I'm sick. It's crazy. So Harvey says, Dan, this team is loaded. It's loaded. All right. The Tankathon, and I'm calling it quits. This time for real. The Tankathon, and I'm calling it quits. Let's see. I don't think much changed considering that not everybody has played yet. But it is us. Oh, look at that. We're now at 4. Love that. We're now at 4. I mean, we're pretty much tied with the Nets at 4. But, love seeing this. Love seeing this, y'all. The Kings are bad, dude. 11 straight L's. Fuck that, boy. The Pacers on a 3-game losing streak. Come on, Pelicans. Come on. The Jazz. The Mavericks on a 6-game losing streak. That's not good. That's not good. The Bucks are on a 3-game winning streak, though. Love seeing that. Love seeing that. I love seeing that. Paul says, so they're reporting it's likely Young and Davis don't play the rest of the season. I thought we at least get to see them play a few minutes rocking New Jersey this season. Well, Pauls, we talked about the Anthony Davis report. Did they say Trae Young as well just recently? Did Trae Young, let's see here. Unless it recently came out. It's my dog barking, by the way. Let's see here. I don't see anything about Trae Young being reportedly to be out. I think the last report we had on him was that they're going to reevaluate him after the trade deadline. I mean, after the All-Star break. Don't see anything about Trae Young. But yeah, you're right about Anthony Davis. We talked about that stream earlier today. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they shut down Trae Young too, man. I wouldn't be surprised. Because, like, the main thing that we would want to see from Trae Young is him mesh with the Young Bucks. But if the Young Bucks being Keyshawn George, Alex Sarr, Trey Johnson, Bub, and all those dudes, Bilal, But if they're playing any minutes, if they're playing 18, 17 minutes a night when they're playing, you know what I mean? Then what's the point? There's no point, right? It sucks. I'm not going to lie. It sucks. But, it's the name of the game sometimes. And I feel like even if he does play, he's only going to play like 5 games. There's 31 games left in the season. I think if he does play, I think the chances that he does play is like low now. But I mean, if he does, I think he's going to play 5 to 7. There's no way. There's no way that they, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, they're doing everything they can to lose games, and you're going to add in a guy who averages career averages of 25 and 9. Like, that could ruin your tank. We know what the object of the game is. Let's see here. I agree with you, Live Life Live. Can we get a 3 spot? This is 1 of 1. Don't shit on Isaac Bonga. Low-key loved his defense back in the day. Plus, I'm in Germany, so got a root for my national team guy. I'm not shitting on him. I'm not going to lie. This is how down bad we were. When Isaac Bonga was here, I was like, oh, shit, this man's a 6'9" point guard? Huh. I had delusions, and I was just like, this man is my future starting point guard. Now, I was rooting for Bonga, man. Hopefully he's doing well. I don't know where he's at now. They're saying, Alan says, there's no way Trae Young plays, I'm assuming. The tank race is just too tight. Yeah, I think, look at this, dude. Look at this. Trae not playing, we good. Keep losing the tank, says 1 of 1. Yeah. But on the bright side, it does seem like Trae Young is bought in regarding him not playing. At least he's not frustrated on the bench. Like, he is out there cheering it up, yucking it up with his teammates, dapping him up. So he's not pissed off, He seems really happy. So I guess you can see that, If I was a GM, if I was Will Dawkins, oh my God, if I was Will Dawkins, I'll be walking around DC like I'm the shit. I'll be like, dude, I'm over here saving y'all's lives. Shout out to Will Dawkins. But if I was Will Dawkins, and I'm thinking about the Trae Young thing, I would not play him. Under one scenario, though. If we do gain distance from the Jazz, Mavericks, and Grizzlies, then yes, I will consider playing him. But if we don't, you're playing with fire at that point. Right? You're playing with fire. Like, the main thing for him to play was to him to get, experience or get playing time or meshing time with Sar, George, and them leading on to next season. But at the same time, they're barely playing themselves. So then you're just like, also, why would he be out there? He'd be playing with Keshawn Gilbert and Anthony Gale, Like, it doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do. John Applebottom says, Wizards have a better future than the Commanders, LOL. That's true. That needs to be, hey, that's a great take. I think that needs to be considered in the DMV because Commanders, what do we have? Just Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin if he wants to freaking play. Like, I love Terry, but like he really disappointed me last year. Like, Commanders are lacking young guys on their roster, young guys with potential. We're the opposite. We have a lot of young guys with potential. We just don't have the Commanders 2024 season on our belt when they went to the NFC Championship game. That's what's coming next, hopefully. And not only that, we got young bucks on this roster, and now we got veteran stars on our roster. The perfect combination. Whereas the Commanders, they just have veterans all across the board and just I guess a star franchise quarterback. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, but the Commanders need a lock. Adam Peters needs to lock in. Adam Peters needs to lock the fuck in. I was a huge Adam Peters fan, still am, but damn it, he needs to lock in next month. This is an important, not just for this offseason for this team, but like for Dan Quinn. They cannot afford to be cheap again in free agency. Next month, free agency's in March. These dudes better be going crazy. Like I'm tired of these 1-year deals. I want 3-year deals. You have the money. I'm tired, dude. I'm tired. I want them to take me out shopping. Take all of us out shopping. I want him. I want him. I want him. All of them. Last season was inappropriate. Not even inappropriate. Yeah, it was inappropriate. It was rated R last year. Viewer discretion advised. I couldn't. We couldn't. Yeah, AP says AP do a better draft and free agency. Yeah, man, he needs it a lot. Anyways, enough about the Commanders. This is about the Wizards. But yes, that was a great take. Who said that take? Who said that take? Oh, John Applebottom. Wizards have a better future than the Commanders. The DMV is going to take notice. I'm just wondering, though, like, what happens if the Wizards do take that jump next year? Like, I could just envision, like, the Wizards fan base just multiplying like the Commanders did. But the Wizards have to be consistent. You saw with the Commanders, in 2024, the fan bases were going crazy. Like, it tripled in size. And then what happened last year? Week 17, week 16, when we were playing at home, it was empty. There was no fans on. It was just only the opposing team's fans. So we know what the deal is. If you're from the DMV, we know all we want is consistency. Don't come out here, play one great season, and then be asked the next season. We've seen that story many times. I want consistency. So the Wizards, if they do the same thing, if they go crazy next year, dude, consistency is everything. Consistency is key. Consistency is Keyshawn George. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I got to take my dog out for a walk. Hopefully this asshole actually takes a piss within the next 2 minutes because I can't be outside for 15 minutes again like I was last night. This man got me sick. Anyways, I'm out, y'all. If you enjoyed the stream, please like and subscribe. Shout out to the Wizards. Shout out to the Nets. Shout out to the Nets. We play tomorrow against the Heat. I believe was it 2 p.m.? We play the Heat, then the Cavaliers, and then we go on the All-Star break, ladies and gentlemen. All-Star break. Love it. And then we play the Pacers in a back-to-back. So we'll see. 2 critical games against the Pacers. Yes. So we play the Heat at 2 p.m. And then we play the Cavaliers on Wednesday at 7 p.m. And then we go on an All-Star break. And then look at these 2 games right here. Whoo! Fuck. It's both at home. I don't like that. One of one says, I hate this breaking news about how AD not happy to come to us. No. That was refuted, though. That was refuted. Check out the video that I dropped last night, one of one. That was refuted by Ben Standig and David Aldridge. Beautifully. Check out the video I dropped last night, please. Anyways, I'm going to call it quits, y'all. Take care, everybody. I'm out. Jonathan Bottom says, all the NY people crying about us tanking, and I love it. Let them cry more. All right, man.